Okay, for this trick, you'll need the box. That will give you a lot of help in a moment. I need the 2 jokers, and I need the old deck set up in a special way. Okay, so this is the setup. The 2 bottom cards are just 2 black ones, but then all the other ones are in red, black, red, black, red, black, until the very end where I have 2 red cards. Okay, it's very important that the top 2 cards are red and that one is a heart and the other one is a diamond. It doesn't really matter the order, but make sure that one is a heart and the other one is a diamond. Okay, so I start by having the 2 jokers in my right hand, and as I'm talking, I'll get a break below the top 2 cards by doing a pinky count. Okay, the way you do a picking count is by having your left thumb pressing in the top of the deck here, and the left little finger will count cards. So you just need to count 2, so that isn't that much work at this point. Okay, so this is the thing. I place the jokers on top of the deck, so I have a break now below the top 4 cards. With my right hand in middle grip, I grab everything above the break and I peel the top joker on top of the deck. So in fact here I have 3 cards and here I have the other joker. So you see 4 cards, I grab them in middle grip. With my left thumb I take the top joker and I place these 3 cards on top. I square very clearly and I place them on top of the card case. I do it because it's easier to pick up during the routine these cards, and it's needed at one point, so it's a good way of using the card box. So now they will select one card and we need that their card is a red card, okay? Because I know that all the cards are in red, black, red, black, red or black kind of thing, what I'm doing is I'm dribbling the cards, and as I'm dribbling I'm picking the card at this corner, okay? So when they tell me to stop, I know, for example, here, that here we have the 9 of diamonds, okay? Of course, from their point of view, they can't see because I'm just doing like this, okay? And I know that, for example, this is the jack of clubs, okay? But I need them to select one red card. So this is the idea. If I dribble and I get a black card here, I give them this card, okay? If I dribble and I get a red card here, for example here, I know it's the jack of hearts, so I just go in front and I say them to remember the card, okay? Either way, they will have one red card selected. The thing is that if I have, for example, a black card here, I don't know what this card here is. So I give them the card and I put the deck back. For example, this card is the Ace of Hearts, but I have no idea at this point. That's why I grab the card from them, place them in the middle of the deck, and as I square, in fact the card is side jogged under the cover of my right hand. So to do this, you have to have the card somewhere in the middle, you angle, jog the card there, and as I square, you can see I'll try to take out this hand, as I square, this card will be side jogged in this side. Of course, everything is under the cover of the right hand. So in regular speed, it would be something like this, okay? So now, I break the deck here, and I start shuffling myself, okay? And as I'm shuffling the cards, I squeeze with my fingers the top card of the deck, seeing that their card is the Ace of Hearts. So at this point, I already know that their card is the Ace of Hearts. I continue shuffling the cards, and I can give them the cards to shuffle, okay? So at this point, I'm done to come to the second part of the effect. Okay, so they are shuffling the cards. And then I ask the cards back from them, and I riffle them toward the jokers. So I'm pretending that I'm placing one card between the jokers. I grab the jokers, and I take the 2 bottom cards with the left hand. So with my left fingers, I take this, and I pick the face down card on top of the double in my right, so I can turn, and I'm seeing both cards at this point. And for example, their card was the ace of hearts, so this card should be the heart one. So if it's not, what I'm doing is I'm squaring the cards like this. I'm taking this card, showing it, and as I'm doing this, with my left thumb, I push the top joker over there, and I get a break. So from the front you only see backs, and I get a break below it, and I can insert this card there. So what I'm doing is switching the two cards from order. But for example, if their card is the ace of hearts, and when you do this, this card is a heart, the only thing you have to do is to place it back and square it and place it again, okay? So either way, you end in this position. We have two cards, and the bottom card is the card from the same suit of their selection, okay? So I'm here, and I'm saying, I'm positive that it's almost your card, but I'm not sure. So let's do like this, and I riffle again, but this time I stay with the deck in my hand. I grab these cards in middle grip, I place them there, and I spread, okay? So now they see that I have two cards between the jokers. And this is very important because later on I will need something similar, a position something similar, to add cards to the middle of the jokers, okay? So when I'm here, I square the cards, getting a break below the top three cards, and I pick everything up and I place it there, which means I'm stealing the joker on top of the deck, okay? So I do this, I turn, and I start spreading and saying, I want you to see if you can see your card. And as I'm doing it, what I have to do is to call one ace, any other ace, and then call the ace of hearts, their selection, which at this point is here. So at this point I would spread the cards. For example, we'll call the ace of diamonds to the back of the deck. So I'll put it out jogged so that you can see what is happening. As I spread, I keep my left thumb on top of the card that is immediately above it. And with my right fingers, I grab that card and I steal it under the spread. So now the card is completely free and can run below the spread, okay? Of course, the card is not out jogged, it's in the same position, so I can go here, and at this point is already here, called. So I keep going until I get to their selection, and I do exactly the same with their selection. So you can see that by now I already have the two aces under the spread, okay? And I go very slowly, so when I square, this is the position you should have. You should have the ace of diamonds on any other ace, and then their selection, the ace of hearts, okay? This is under the spread. As I say, did you saw your card? And they will say yes. And I go, oh, sorry, so your card is not a picture card. And I only say this, it's just to justify that I didn't get their selection between the jokers at this point. But after this, I just have to turn, I riffle, I put the deck down, I grab these cards, because I think it's too direct to add the cards at this point, so I pick up these cards and I'm showing that I have three face-down cards between the jokers. In fact, I only have three cards here, and what I'm doing is an Ammon count, counting three cards as 5. To do this, I grab the cards in middle grip. With my left thumb, I take the first joker, then I take the second card the same way on top, and as I'm pretending to take the third card, in fact, what I'm doing is with my fingers, I'm swapping all the packets, pretending that this is the third, fourth card, and fifth card, okay? So it's 1, 2, at this point, as you can see, I swap the packets, and this way I show that I have 3 cards between the jokers. And I place them down and I say, now I'm almost sure I got your card. Sorry, I have to do one more. I grab the deck, I riffle. As I'm doing this, I get a break below the top 3 cards. And it's quite easy because you have the reverse joker, so you have the natural bend of the card. The only thing you have to do is to place the thumb on top and squeeze a little bit, and the cards will open there. Okay? So now, just like before, I pick this card in middle grip, I place them on top, and as I spread these cards with my right hand, I'm also spreading the 3 top cards with my left thumb, so you get the illusion that all the cards are between the jokers. And I grab all the 5 cards and I place them in the table, okay? So now the trick is done. The only thing is to reveal the effect. So I say, you never told me anything about your card, and this is very important so that they can understand that at this point I have no information still about their card. And I say, I knew it was a red card. I know it was a heart, that's why I placed the second card was a heart. I know it was an ace, that's why I placed an ace. And the last one, I'm almost sure because it's your card. And normally I end by placing the joker there so that they can see the sandwich of their card and the progression to their card. And this is the sandwich effect. Okay, so I'll just give some additional ideas because it's not a very easy effect to get into it, but you can do it in one way, and that's normally the way. If I want to do this effect, I'll do it. After doing a kind of oil and water with all the deck, or out of this world version, or you get all the decks separated, it's kind of easy because you just have to separate the cards in reds and blacks, and you faro shuffle it, keeping the top cards and the bottom cards here. You don't have to do it exactly 2 and 2. You can do, for example, in this case, I have 3 cards and then all the cards in red, black, red, black, red, black, and the top 3 also red and black. The only thing you have to be careful is about the heart and diamond thing, but the selection when you dribble will be among the other cards, so you can handle it this way. This is the way if you want to get after one effect where you have the deck separate in blacks and reds. The other possibility is to do it from an effect, from a complete shuffle deck that you have no idea how the cards are. And for this, the only thing you have to be careful is to get, for example, 3 red cards to the top of the deck. For example, in this case, it's perfect because I have a diamond and a heart, and I have the 10 afterwards, so I can cut the cards there. I can pick up the jokers, and just like before, I do the pinky count, I place the jokers on top, I steal it, so here I have 2 cards, and now I just have to force the 10 of hearts. So I will normally go something like this, get the break, and just dribble force it so that they get the 10. And this is the impronto version of it. I think the other one is a little bit better, but of course sometimes you have to be more practical than actually get the better version. So this is just an additional idea.